When he wanted to pierce Hiranyakashipu, very hard, powerful nails. But Gopal, he stayed his same little tiny body. He didn't grow like Vamanadev. And his feet, that little foot, was softer than a leaf. The acharyas explain that a baby tamal leaf, have you ever touched one? Not a full-grown tamal leaf. We have some tamal trees downstairs. If you go to these tamal trees, if there's a brand new leaf just growing, just sprouting out of a twig, if you touch it, it's so smooth and so soft. Krishna's limbs were softer and smoother than a tamal leaf. What to speak of, he's a baby. But yet it shattered this massive demoniac cart. Just to show that even if Krishna wants to perform the most powerful deeds, he doesn't allow it to interrupt the sweetness of his relations with his devotees. He does it as a little baby crying for the milk of his mother. The tumult of that sound attracted all the Brijabasis to come. And when they saw Krishna unharmed, right in the middle of a collapsed cart and all these very, very heavy pots and other sorts of objects, they couldn't believe he wasn't hurt. He just wanted his mother's milk. They were wondering what happened, and they were speculating in so many ways, how possibly could this have happened? And the little children who were watching Krishna, they said, we saw. Krishna cried and he kicked the cart and the whole cart fell. And the older gopis and gopas said, impossible. How could little baby Krishna's soft little foot break this massive cart? So they began to perform other types of yajnas. First they were performing yajnas to celebrate his rolling over, and now they're changing it over to do yajnas to protect the child from evil influences that may be upon him, to protect him. So in every sense, they're constantly offering blessings, invoking blessings. And Thakur Bhakti Vinod says that this Shakatashura represents the ghost of the previous tendencies that we have. Very dangerous. Just like a ghost haunts one. Similarly, before we come to the path of bhakti, we have certain previous attachments and tendencies. When we first start, the inertia and of the initial enthusiasm, we kind of forget these things. But oftentimes what happens is after a while, these ghosts come back to get us. Hari Hari. These tendencies start trying to haunt us. The conditionings of our past. And they are great obstacles unless we understand how to deal with them. When these Shakatashuras come after us, the only way to rise above them is to cry out, just like Krishna cried out for Yashoda to kill Shakatashura. So similarly, we must cry out for Krishna to come with his soft, beautiful lotus-like feet in his name, in his pastimes, in his beautiful deity form, in the form of serving his loving devotees, in the form of showing compassion to the conditioned souls, in the form of prayer. The 9 processes of devotional service are there, especially the chanting of the holy names. If we take shelter, then Krishna will appear to rescue us from our previous bad habits. In this way, as Krishna cried for his devotee, when Shakatashura is all around us, we cry out for Krishna. And then we could be very liberated 2-legged animals. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was making 4-legged animals, pure devotees of the Lord, in the Jarikanda forest. But this is a very important verse and a very important purport. It teaches us what we must be on guard of. We must be on guard of insensitivity to our own past habits and insensitivity toward our own anarthas. We must deal with them. We must take shelter of Krishna. And also the understanding of the beauty of bhakti culture. How it should make us the most refined, sensitive, cultured human beings while being transcendental. Honor, respect, love for people, joy on the various stages of life that are there within civilization, but at the same time never losing focus on the eternal soul and on the super soul, Krishna. Thank you very much.